All right. Hayden told you how we went to Mexico and how we affected other people. I'm going to tell you how the trip affected me, and I'm sorry, I might start crying, I might not. It'll probably happen though. I went into this trip feeling like faith was an ocean, and going into it, I just felt like I had my feet in it. So I had it all built up that I was going to just dive in and just have this whole new perspective on it. But every day was a battle to understand myself and my own desires and my own troubles inside, and to figure out what I truly wanted. And the ocean, the surface was all my answers, and I was drowning, and I just couldn't reach them. I was just drowning in my own thoughts and sorrows. The whole trip, I struggled with having my heart in the right place, and I really can't remember a time when I felt truly loved and deserving of all that God has to give me. I felt truly in His presence. I always struggle with thoughts of self-harm, and I feel like it's my fault, like I'm a sinner and I'm guilty, and I feel like I have to punish myself because I don't deserve God's love. It's sick and it's disgusting me that I do that, but I feel like I have to do that because I'm so guilty and all the stuff that I do as a sinner. So I have hurt myself, and I feel like once I do that, it just covers up the pain that I had before, and I feel weak every time I do it, and I feel like unwanted and not capable of doing anything. So I thought that maybe going on this trip, I would feel capable of doing things, and I would be able to help people and make people feel better. But I realized that if I wasn't feeling God's love, then how would I be able to share love with other people? And that hit me hard. It hit me in a place where I didn't want to be, and the trip, going in, being in it, I started having thoughts that I just wanted to give up, and I didn't want to be there. And every chapel, they sang, "Oh, how He loves us," and that pushed me over the edge, because I was thinking, everybody says they go on this trip and they have this God high, and that's what I want. I wanted that so bad, and they sang how He loves, but I couldn't feel how He loved. I felt so undeserving. I couldn't feel it at all. I was wondering why I was even there. I felt like I was disappointing so many people because I wasn't loving them back. They would just come around me every single night and just tell me it would be okay, because I cried every night at chapel. And they would just hold me and say it would be okay and that I'll get through it. But I never felt it. I never felt deserving or that anything would get any better anytime soon. Our Pastor Verge said that our theme verse was 1 Corinthians, and that love was patient. So I focused on that. I focused on being patient and just waiting for His love and just trying to hold on to that through the trip, and just maybe I would feel it. Because I know He's real, and I know He's there, and I know He loves me, and the fact that I can't feel it hurt me so deep inside. On day 4, we talked about forgiveness. And I just wanted to forgive myself because I knew I shouldn't be feeling guilty for all these things that I do, because I know that He forgives us. And I have no problem with forgiving others, but forgiving myself, that was a whole nother story for me. On the last day, he talked about how the shepherd will leave those 99 sheep just to go find that one. And that made me start crying, because my confirmation verse is, "We all like sheep have gone astray." And I felt like that one sheep that had left everybody else, but that He will still come find me. So that night, I fell apart, even worse than all the other nights, and I started crying my heart out. And Sarah and Nathan took me aside, and Mrs. Verge and Pastor Verge just came up to me and prayed over me. And for that first time on that whole trip, I cried. But it wasn't because I felt lonely and I didn't feel His love. It was because for the first time, I did feel His love. And I have the thanks to offer to all these people, because they made me feel His love when I was looking for it the whole time, and it was right in front of me. I just didn't see it.